Hey Healthy Bunnies, so I'm going to be doing another favorites video. I've got a lot of different things to share with you guys. Books, body products, things I'm using for my hair. I'm going to put links to everything in the description box for you if you're curious or want to pick something up. And then also make sure you leave a comment if you have any questions about anything else that I have listed. So let's get into the video. So one book I recently finished reading is The Purpose Awakening. This is a spiritual book. I read it because I was just wanting to take a deeper dive into understanding my purpose. Whether you believe the same things that I believe, I'm Christian, each person has a purpose. And I think that we feel better about ourselves once we have found it or we're on track to finding it. And this book was just written with a really encouraging tone. I feel like Torre, who's actually my pastor in Los Angeles, he really understands what it's like being in your shoes and being young and just feeling like, I really want to know what my purpose is. I'm passionate about like a million things. How do I spend my time? How do I ensure that I'm successful? I feel like it answered a lot of really tough questions and then just gave some insight on like, how do you start looking? Where should you look? One thing that I think I took away from this book, the most important thing actually, was getting away from feelings of inadequacy. I think that that's a really big roadblock for people trying to find your purpose, is feeling like you're not good enough or that you're not really capable of doing something that's in your heart as your goal. And so I think that the author, Tori Roberts, really spoke to that. It's a pretty quick read. It's like 200 pages. I bought it 2 years ago and I read like the first 30 pages and couldn't get through it. And then somehow this time around, I don't know, it was like the right time. It was what I needed at this purpose in time. And so it was the perfect time to read it. Some other things that stuck out to me was the fact that sometimes you go through hard times and they're actually preparing you for the great things you're going to do later in life. So he shared some of the tough things that he experienced as a teenage boy and how that later prepared him for his purpose, becoming a pastor. So again, if you are looking to find your purpose or to take a deeper dive into your purpose or to get back on track with what you know you're needing to do, I would recommend reading this book. It probably will just take you a few days to read and I guarantee it'll encourage you. The next thing is my adult coloring book. These have become really popular. You should pick a book that has pretty pictures that you really enjoy. I picked one that's really detailed, so it requires a colored pencil to color with, but this is my way of doing active relaxation. I'm not good at just sitting still. I mean, I do practice meditation. 5-10 minutes is pretty much the max I can do, but coloring book with some nice music on in the background is an activity I really enjoy as a way to wind down. A lot of us have learned in the past to just like wind down by watching television, but I think that that's something that sometimes doesn't wind us down because you've got like commercials going in the background and sometimes the television show can get too crazy or too active or maybe something sad happens and then you go to sleep with that on your mind. I think doing something intentional like coloring and listening to music is a much better way to transition to other activities or more importantly, transitioning to sleep time. So another book I'm reading is the 365-Day Business Devotional. This is an awesome book. A friend recommended it to me. It's a daily book. I'm not anywhere near done with it. I'm a few weeks in, but this is something to encourage working professionals, entrepreneurs, or even people who are thinking about starting their own business. It just teaches you tips on how to be a leader, how to be more intentional with your time, how to collaborate, just anything that would come up that might get in your way with moving forward with business. This book addresses it. So go on Amazon if you haven't already. Check out this book, and if you want to get better at your professional life, I recommend you read this book. Okay, so the next things that are my favorites are just like hair and body products that I want to share with you guys. The first one is As I Am Co-Wash. Co-Wash is a conditioner wash. And I'm pretty late to the As I Am bandwagon. A lot of people told me years ago that it was really good. And I had previously been using Carol's Daughter, the TRA line, and then it just kind of stopped working for me. I don't know what happened, but I just really didn't feel like it was moisturizing my hair anymore, and it wasn't working. So I switched to this, and I love it. Some co-washes, they don't really get my hair clean enough, but I feel like this one does, and my hair feels really conditioned after. I recently did a cassia treatment on my hair just 2 days ago, and then I followed up with this co-wash, and I just really feel like my hair feels nice and strong and moisturized. So the next thing is the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. This is a gel. It's the same texture as homemade flax gel. So if you like flax gel, but you're maybe too lazy to make it, that's kind of how I am, then I recommend this. I actually did my first wash and go with it, and it really, really lasted. Even the next day when I woke up, my curls were still really, really defined and had good shine. So I'm a fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of gels in general, so I like ones that are really light, not a super heavy hold, and ones that wash out really easily. Okay, the next thing is Kai. This is a natural deodorant. It does not have aluminum in it, which is why I purchased it. I really like this one. I have another video where I give a review of all the natural deodorants that I use, but this one happens to be my favorite. I like the smell of it. It's a light scent, but it kind of smells like perfume. It's really, really long lasting. And the texture of it, kind of like a roll-on, but it's more of like a hardened gel. It's the best way to describe it. So this one works really well. Some of the others that I use, you have to kind of reapply them throughout the day. A lot of people are not going to have time to do that or can't remember. This one is I think a lot more reliable. Okay, this is one of my favorite products, and it kind of took me a long time to use it. It was given to me in a promotional bag when I went to a YouTube event, and basically what it is, it's a post-workout rub. So you roll it onto any sore muscles, and it relieves the soreness within a couple of hours. So if I have a hard workout, I usually put this on before bed, and I wake up and I feel great. So some of the ingredients in it are alcohol, aloe, water, camphora. It's basically a lot of the stuff that I was told to use as a kid by like my grandma for like, home remedies for sore muscles. This has all of that in it, has a nice scent, and then it's got like an easy roll-on applicator. And while you roll it on, that kind of helps to kind of massage out the muscles as well. So I highly recommend this. I don't think I would have ever even thought to buy it if it weren't for the event that passed it out for free, but definitely a huge fan. Okay, my next favorite is micellar water, and I bought this on Amazon. I pretty much buy a lot of my body products on Amazon just because it's easy access to things and I don't have to go searching around different drugstores. This water actually has lavender, so it has like a very nice, cooling, calming scent to it. I use it before bed. There's different functions for micellar water. A lot of people use it for eye makeup remover. You don't even have to like really rub or scrub or anything. If you put it onto like a cotton ball, you just basically like lightly just set it there and then lightly wipe away the makeup. It says on the bottle not to do any heavy scrubbing because I think it might leave your skin feeling inflamed, but it also works well as a toner or a light cleanser. So I kind of mix it up and do either of those. The awesome thing is that you don't have to rinse it off. So for those who tend to be kind of lazy about washing off their makeup before bed, you should get this so that when you're really tired, you can at least remove, the makeup that's on your skin, and then maybe do a deeper clean when you wake up in the morning. This Spade water bottle is another one of my favorites. I like this rubber outside because I bought glass bottles in the past and it didn't have enough covering, so I ended up dropping it and breaking it. I like it for myself, but the reason why it's on my favorites list is because it's under $30, and I think it would make a really great gift for someone. If you have a friend that does outdoor sports or is really into the gym, this is a great gift. I mean, I have several water bottles. I never really get tired of buying cute ones, so I like it for that, but it's also just really convenient to put into my yoga bag when I go to yoga class. So think about maybe grabbing that as a gift for someone who has a birthday coming up. So my favorite herb this month is oregano. I know you guys are tired of me talking about smoked paprika, so I've got a new one. It's oregano. Before, I would always only use oregano for Italian cooking, but I'm finding that it's a big part of other cultures of cooking as well. Even when you make like your own spice blend for taco seasoning, for instance. I recently made some pita chips, and when they were baking in the oven, I also put oregano on them, and it actually smelled like pizza was cooking because a lot of different spices for pizza, oregano is one of them, so it's really nice for that. I also use it when I make vinaigrettes, and that brings me to my other favorite, which is red wine vinegar, which is often the base when I make vinaigrette. So I would highly recommend picking up some oregano. A little known fact about oregano is that fresh is often too strong, so a lot of people prefer the dried herb. Now with my red wine vinegar, this is also a really, really good marinade. I am plant-based, so I do eat a lot of tofu. Tofu can be really bland and really not great to eat unless you season it. when you use red wine vinegar to marinate, it really soaks up more of the flavor of the other spices that you use. So when I first buy tofu, I'll usually press out the water first, then I will marinate it for another 20 to 30 minutes with red wine vinegar, a little bit of Bragg's aminos, and then whatever other spices I would use. So red wine vinegar, very inexpensive marinade. Okay, the last thing is grapeseed oil. I like grapeseed oil because this is food grade. You can cook with it, but there's also some natural things you can do. You can use it to remove makeup. You can use it to detangle your hair before you wash it. When I cook with it, I like it because it's really good for high temperatures. You really should be paying attention to what oil you use for what process. A lot of people say olive oil is like super duper healthy, but really you're not supposed to cook past 350 degrees with it. So if you're roasting in the oven at 4 or 450 degrees, the smoke point is not high enough. So grapeseed oil is a little more versatile. So I got this one from Trader Joe's. You can get it from anywhere. It's pretty inexpensive oil compared to others. I think a bottle this size, which is 17 ounces, was $4. So this is what I'm using pretty much in place of olive oil. I don't even buy olive oil anymore, really. So definitely going to be on my favorites for a really long time. There are other oils that I like, but some of them are kind of hard to access and a little bit more expensive, like avocado oil is one that's pretty pricey. So if you haven't tried grapeseed oil, try it. The other thing I want to mention is that it's flavorless. So some oils, they have too much of a flavor and kind of take over your food. I would say an example of that would be coconut oil. You can taste it when you cook with it, which may not be what you're going for. So definitely grab some grapeseed oil. So that's pretty much it for my favorites video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check the description box for a list of all the items I shared with you. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video. I'll be back in another week to share some other new topics with you, but I need you guys' help. I'm going to be doing some new things this year, so I want you guys to tell me, what do you want to see? Do you want recipes? Do you want meal prep? Do you want advice videos? Do you want tips on relaxation and reducing anxiety? So let me know. Your suggestions are going to definitely be listened to. Also, I'm on Snapchat and Instagram. My handle is Divine Hostess there. On Snapchat, I love just sharing with you guys my daily life, what I'm eating, what I'm reading, just different inspiration that I found. So let's be friends on there if we aren't already. Thanks for watching.